Blue Flames is a 45-minute long anime from 1989. The only form it now exists in is that of a shoddy VHS rip, so forgive me for these poor quality screen caps. Not that being on Blu-ray would do this series much good, as the main character would still have the same variety of facial expressions. That is, one facial expression. But he doesn't need it anymore, because bland indifference suits all occasions, from disowning your parents to beating up a rugby player or having sex. The closest we get to a change in facial expression is when he's orgasming, in which case his face stays the same, but suddenly everything is seen through a blue filter, which we get to see happening a lot, by the way, because the entire 45 minutes of the anime consists of the main character moving between various female characters to fuck and then later fuck over. Yup. The story is about a humongous prick by the name of Kaizu as he goes through life clawing his way to the top, using his penis as a metaphorical grappling hook. And, much like a grappling hook, when it exits the place it was inserted, it leaves a damaged hole that no longer can be used by any other rock climbers, disturbing metaphors ahoy. Each girl that Kaizu sleeps with over the course of the show is ruthlessly dumped aside once he has gotten whatever it was he wanted out of them. The first girl he sleeps with is a lovely, innocent girl from a rich family with incredibly scary parents who forgo the contemporary baseball bat to scare off potential suitors, using instead a medieval musket and axe. Not wanting their daughter to be together with such an expressionless man, and rather put off by him constantly bringing blue lanterns into their daughter's bedroom, they try to get Kaizu to break up with her. Kaizu agrees, but only if they pay him money equal to the price of a small island. But the family only give him half the amount he asked for, so in revenge, Kaizu breaks up with their daughter in the harshest way he can possibly think of, causing her to attempt suicide. Was Kaizu fazed by this at all? Of course not. Why would a mountain climber care for the feelings of the piece of rock his Freudian grappling hook just excavated? He'd already forgotten her name, and was back to expressionlessly shagging hostesses so they would provide him with accommodation for university. Are you now starting to get an accurate enough picture of Kaizu's character? The man is about as likeable as a cross between Johan Liebert and Kyubey. In fact, the character he's probably most like is Death Note's Light Yagami, right down to the sudden glowing in primary colours, except replace Light's internal monologues with Kaizu's ejaculating. He cuts off all ties with his family, totally ignoring his crying mother, depressed father and kawaii Imoto, walking off in the snow with the hostess he tamed with his penis. I wish I was joking about the tamed with his penis line, but that's exactly what he does. When the hostess finds out Kaizu is sleeping around, she tries to kick him out of the house, threatening to stab him. Upon hearing that he had driven this woman to mental breakdown, Kaizu proceeds to rape her into submission until she begs for him not to leave her. So, as you can probably ascertain by this stage, Kaizu is pretty much the biggest prick in anime history. But what makes this anime so bafflingly awful is not necessarily how much of a prick he is. In my last review, I praised MD Geist for embracing the prickery of its titular character, but that's because the show agreed with us that Geist is indeed a prick. Blue Flames, meanwhile, expects us to cheer for Kaizu. He is the hero of the story, a noble person, determined to reach the top and will let nobody stand in his way. What a great person he is, truly an inspiration to children worldwide. No, Blue Flames, what the hell? Kaizu is the kind of person you look up to if you were disillusioned, demented, misogynistic, socially challenged twat face. I like to think that the weird blue glowing lump they showed at the end was not a representation of Kaizu's cold soul that burned with a blue flame, as the anime so poetically put it. I like to think it's the remains of his body after the various female characters in the anime banded together, trapped Kaizu and performed a ritualistic torture and execution.